الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كلام الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Brothers and sisters in Islam, أخرج البخاري ومسلم في صحيحيهما من حديث عبد الله بن عباس رضي الله عنهما. When the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam migrated from Mecca to Medina, he found the Jews, Bani Israel, are observing the fasting of the 10th of Al-Muharram, Ashura, which is inshallah according to the moon sighting tomorrow bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam asked them, why do you observe fasting on this day? They said, ذَاكَ يَوْمٌ صَالِحٌ. This is a good day. This is a righteous day. فيه, on this day, نجى الله موسى وقومه من فرعون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has saved Musa and Bani Israel from the Pharaoh. فصامه موسى شكرا لله. Prophet Musa alayhi salatu wasalam observed fasting on this day to show gratefulness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here is the statement I'm looking for, brothers and sisters in Islam, in this hadith. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam looked at his companions and he said, نحن أحق بموسى منهم. We have more right to claim Musa than them. Because if they are truly the followers of Musa, they should be my followers. Because my news, my coming as a messenger, as a prophet, this is Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, was foretold in the Torah. الذين يتبعون الرسول النبي الأمي الذي يجدونه مكتوبا عندهم في التوراة. هذا هو النص في سورة الأعراف. فالرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم looked at his companions and he said to them, he ordered them or commanded them على سبيل المندوب يعني to observe fasting on this day as well. Brothers and sisters in Islam, this is in the Sunnah. You notice always that connection between us and Bani Israel, especially at the time of Musa in the Quran. To the extent that some of the scholars of tafsir from our righteous predecessors, they said this, they made that statement, كاد القرآن أن يكون موسى. The whole of the Quran was about to be Musa. Just open the Quran. Every 2 pages at least, you get a clip from that long story, the longest story. The only messenger, by the way, the only prophet that his birth was mentioned in the Quran. From day one, before his delivery, he was talked about in the Quran. There must be a divine wisdom behind this. Of course, the reward is tremendous. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم كما في حديث أبي قتادة عند الإمام مسلم that you observe fasting the 10th of Ashura, which is tomorrow inshallah, guess what? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expiates the sins committed in the previous year. But the opinion that the minor sins, because major sins require tawbah. So the minor sins will be expiated by the virtue of fasting that day. But we're also invited to reflect upon that story. العبادة في ديننا ليست عبادة مفرغة من المعاني. The rituals in our religion are not just spiritual things that you do. No, we were invited to reflect upon the story every single year. Brothers and sisters in Islam, in Allah's divine knowledge, Allah knows the unseen, that this ummah will experience the same experience that Bani Israel went through. الاستضعاف يعني. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted us to look and ponder how Allah saved Bani Israel. And this is really the lessons that we should draw out of this occasion. Subhanallah, on this day you find a sect in Islam that works on dividing the ummah. They go after events that happened right after the death of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they go out and they club their heads and they injure themselves, and they start uttering these lies against the Sahaba. But look, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted me and you, the Muslim 215, the Muslim 216, to connect with the Muslim at the time of Musa. Look, Allah connecting us with our ancestors of Ahlul Tawheed. Musa and Bani Israel at the time were Ahlul Tawheed. But you find these groups want to divide the Ummah. Wants to say, okay, this is this sect, is this. La, this is not the divine wisdom behind it. Al-Qasas al-Qur'ani, ya ikhwah, the stories that are mentioned in the Quran has an objective. وَكُلًّا نَقُصُّ عَلَيْكَ مِنْ أَنْبَاءِ الرُّسُلِ مَا نُثَبِّتُ بِهِ فُؤَادَكَ. O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we're telling you the stories of the prophets and the messengers who came before you, so that this will grant your heart steadfastness. لأن البلاء عظيم. Look at the condition of the Ummah now. Look what we're going through in Palestine, in Syria, in Yemen, in Egypt, in Burma. Look at the face of this earth. Look at the map. Every blood that is being shedded is a blood of Muslims. And I bet you that you find a blood of a non-Muslim being shedded right now in the face of this earth. Only Muslims. Look at the map. Find out where there is trouble, where people are being killed, are Muslims. Brothers and sisters in Islam, in the short time I have, and inshallah tonight between Maghrib and Isha, we'll have more time to go over this. But let me explain to you the greatest lesson that we must have or reflect or take out of the event of Ashura. On this day, the victory was finally granted to the people of Tawheed over someone. If you look at the Quran, there is no other character hated so much by Allah than the character of the Pharaoh. Yani if you look at the Quran, look, the Pharaoh is the most resented character by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ليه؟ لأنه أنكر الربوبية. He denied the lordship of Allah. يقول للناس أنا ربكم الأعلى. I'm your Lord. أليس لي ملك مصر وهذه الأنهار تجري من تحتي. يعني ادعى الربوبية. يعني normally the people who have crazy thoughts about Allah, they normally deny the worship to Allah. But ولئن سألتهم من خلق السماوات والأرض يقولون الله. لئن سألتهم من خلقهم لا يقولون الله. لا، ده هو أنكر الربوبية. الرب أن الله هو الرب. وقال للناس أنا ربكم الأعلى. And tyrant, arrogance, and subhanallah, the same thing in the Sunnah. Just to show you, when Abu Jahl had a record of animosity and hate against Islam. When Abu Jahl was killed in the battle of Badr and his head was separated from his body, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam looked at his companions and انظروا إلى فرعون هذه الأمة. Look at the Pharaoh of this ummah, just to show you that. Here is on this day, the 10th, subhanallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala drowns the Pharaoh and his army, and at the same time saves Musa and his qawm on this day. Let me try to give you the most important lesson that we all have to rely on. But let me introduce that lesson, and I love to do this through the names and the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given himself three names. Al-Ali, the high, the supreme one, the high one. Al-A'la, the most high. Al-Muta'al, the exalted. These three names were mentioned in the Quran. Al-Ali 8 times, Al-A'la 2 times, Al-Muta'al 1 time in Surah Al-Ra'd. Basically, these names, from them, these three names, we derive an attribute of Allah called Al-Ulu. Sifatul Ulu, the attribute of highness. This is something that we say to the human, your highness. You go to somebody, your highness. La, that highness, هذا العلو. Because the difference between Uluullah mutlaq. But before I became highness, I was a little boy, a little child. I didn't know nothing. And then I went up, and then after you go up, normally you have to come down. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refused that anything that he raises in this world must bring it down. Al-Abba, he used to have a camel that's so fast, and one day a Bedouin raced and won Al-Abba. Rasul said, listen, that's the sunnah of this life. Look, وَمَنْ نُعَمِّرُهُ نُنَكِّسُهُ فِي الْخَلْقِ. لكن Allah, Uluullah, that Uluullah mutlaq, the highness of Allah. But let me get to the point here that is related to the subject of Ashura. Al-Sunnah wal-Jama'ah, the righteous predecessors, يثبتون لله 3 types of ulu. There are 3 types of ulu, 3 types of highness. One, ulu that, the highness of his divine essence. 6 verses in the Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the heavens and the earth. ثم استوى على العرش. Then he rose above the throne in a way that suits his majesty. لا تشبه, لا تكيف, لا تعطل. Don't even visualize it. He rose above his throne. So his divine essence, علو that, his divine essence is above the throne. That answer that people say, where is Allah? يقول لك Allah is everywhere. هذا كلام ما يصح يا إخوة. Allah is everywhere إزاي؟ لا. Allah, his divine essence is above his throne. وهذا ثابت. أأمنتم من في السماء يا جارية أين الله هو في السماء. So many verses, so many evidence in the Quran. And if you say Allah is everywhere, you're really condoning the ideology and the belief system of the Christians. هو إيه عقيدة النصارى؟ هو النصارى بيقول إيه؟ يقول لك اللاهوت الله حل في الناسوت came into the flesh. هو إحنا نعبد الفليش بقى. يبقى لا هذا كلام stay away from that stuff. نعم علوه لا ينافي قربه. His highness does not negate his nearness. هو أقرب من حبل منك من حبل الوريد. He's closer to you than your jugular vein. How? I don't know. But he's above his throne. So the first one, علو with that. Because I'm after the third one related to my subject. Number two, علو الصفات. No, لا شبيه له. Once it comes to his attributes, once it comes to his names, once it comes to his actions, لا شبيه له، لا ند له، لا نظير له. لم يكن له كفوا أحد. ليس كمثله شيء. No one is like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala once it comes to his names and attributes, his actions. Here is the point of reference, موضع الشاهد, and this is what I'm looking for, which is related to the subject of Ashura. علو القهر. هذا هو. He is high, his highness, with respect to his power, to his will, to his mashib. Whatever he wills will come to pass. ولذلك الشافعي يقول إيه؟ ما شئت كان وإن لم أشأ. Whatever you will, oh Allah, will come to pass, even if I don't want it. وما شئت, and whatever I will, إن لم تشأ لم يكن. If you do not will for it to come to pass, it's not going to happen. ولذلك ولا تقولن لشيء إني فاعل ذلك غدا. مشيئة الله, قدرة الله, قوة الله, the power and the ability of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala over his creation. وهو القاهر فوق عباده. And this meaning, يا إخوة, هذا المعنى Muslims need to pay attention to. He is the irresistible above his creation. I'll show you how in the story of Musa. Bani Israel originally got to Egypt at the time of Yusuf. We know at the end of the story of Yusuf, he sent to bring Israel, اللي هو يعقوب. Israel and Yaqub are two names for the same person. كل الطعام كان حلا لبني إسرائيل إلا ما حرم إسرائيل على نفسه. وآية السجدة في مريم تثبت هذا أيضا. But when they arrived to Egypt, of course the king treated them well. The history tells us, and maybe I'll share more information with you tonight between Maghrib and Isha, inshallah, regarding this, that when Yusuf was in Egypt, Egypt was occupied by a force that came from the east. So basically, Bani Israel existed at a time of occupation. So when the Pharaoh and the Egyptians took over the country again, they looked at them to be a force that held the occupiers. So they started enslaving them, started treating them bad. إن فرعون علا في الأرض وجعل أهلها شيعا يستضعف طائفة منهم اللي هم بني إسرائيل. طيب, what is the story with يذبح أبناءهم? He kept seeing a dream, and this author, by the way, I'm not making it up, في سنن الإمام النسائي سنده صحيح. كتاب الفتون, قصة الفتون, من حديث ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما. Go and open ابن كثير. وفتناك فتونا in Surah Taha. Just go to Surah Taha and you're going to find that long, beautiful story. You're going to love reading that story. I'm going to just give you a piece of it, just to show you that Allah, وَاللَّهُ غَالِبٌ عَلَىٰ أَمْرِهِ. When Allah wills something, it will happen. طيب, the Pharaoh kept seeing a dream that a fire would come from Jerusalem, من البيت المقدس, نسأل الله أن يحررنا رب العالمين, and will enter into the houses of all the Egyptians, and it will not enter the houses of the Israelis, Bani Israel. So he asked his council what is going on. They said they are talking about a boy who was about to be born, and he will be the reason for the destruction of your dominion, for your power. This boy is going to be the reason for you to lose your power. What should I do? Kill all the newborn. Kill all of them. Imagine it's killing children. Oh. And this is a lesson for us, يا إخوة. Subhanallah, في معنى غريب في سورة القصص. Look at this. وَنُرِيدُ أَن نَمُنَّ عَلَى الَّذِينَ اسْتُضْعِفُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَنَجْعَلَهُمْ أَئِمَّةً وَنَجْعَلَهُمُ الْوَارِثِينَ وَنُمَكِّنَ لَهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ. We want to empower Bani Israel again. يعني the overall meaning of the verse. Look How this is going to happen, Ya Rabb? وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ أُمِّ مُوسَىٰ أَنْ أَرْضِعِهِ. This will happen at the hands of the new generation. Look at these two little boys behind me. Allahu Akbar. May Allah bless your parents. هذا هو. If you want to change the ummah, it will happen at the hands of that generation. The new generation, the next generation. A generation feeds another generation, feeds another generation, feeds another generation, until that change. It doesn't happen. Look, Allah is the one who's speaking in the verse. Allah is saying what? هذا سورة القصص. وَنُرِيدُ. I want to empower the children. Allah is the one who's speaking. إِنَّمَا أَمْرُهُ إِذَا أَرَادَ شَيْئًا أَن يَقُولَ لَهُ كُن فَيَكُونُ. But he's teaching the ummah سُنَّةَ التَّغْيِيرِ. The system of change is always through the next generation. You impact your child. If you want to serve the ummah, be like the mother of Musa. Prepare your child. شوف. وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ أُمِّ مُوسَىٰ أَنْ أَرْضِعِهِ. I always like to give this example. You know, trying to convince Muslim parents to send their children to Hifz school, to send them to Islamic school so that they can become imams and leaders of Muslims. Because if you go sometimes to these brothers and sisters, oh, I want my son to be a doctor. Listen, there is nothing wrong with the doctors. We love you, Allah. But the ummah needs, we have a problem with imams. We don't have imams in America. We have a deficit of imams, true. We don't have imams. I mean, people who can lead communities, we don't have them in the ummah. So who's going to lead you? Look, so change comes there. Look, subhanallah, the Pharaoh kept slaying all the newborn for years. So the elite of the society, ما هو دايما كده in Egypt, you always find في طبقة أو طبقة, يعني there are layers of people. Subhanallah, until now. The people said to the Pharaoh, listen, you're killing all the newborn. We don't have slaves no more. We don't have any slaves. Who's going to serve us? You're killing them. We don't have slaves. What should I do? Kill them 1 year, spare them another year. And by the way, Harun, you ever hear anything about the birth of Harun? Did his mother throw him in the Nile? Why? Because he was born in the year that children are to be spared. But look now, look now, look now. هذا هو علو القهر. The highness of Allah, once it comes to His power, His will. Pharaoh, I'm going to have Musa born in the year you slay the children. And not only this, you will pick him up and you will raise him up for me. شوف هذا يا أخي. هذا المعنى. This is the ultimate meaning behind the whole story. You gotta trust Allah. We gotta rely on Allah again. We lost that. We lost that touch. That this is al-kawnu kawnu, al-mulku mulku, al-khalqu khalqu. Whatever He wills, He will make. But look, when Musa and Harun made this dua, and I mean that Harun made the dua with Musa. وَقَالَ مُوسَى. And I'll show you why Harun made the dua with him, even though the verse in Surah Yunus says Musa only. وَقَالَ مُوسَى رَبَّنَا, our Lord, إِنَّكَ آتَيْتَ فِرْعَوْنَ وَمَلَأَهُ زِينَةً وَأَمْوَالًا فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. You're giving the Pharaoh and his people all this money. Look at the money. Where is the money? Where is the resources in the face of this earth with the non-Muslims? What they are doing with it, Ya Rab? رَبَّنَا لِيُضِلُّوا عَنْ سَبِيلِ. Imagine all these TV shows, Fox, all the Islamophobes, just Muslims are bad, Muslims. Wallahi, I travel a lot across this country and I feel so bad. This is how I dress. Wallah, I don't change in airport, no airport. But sometimes when I come out of the elevator and somebody meets me by all the sudden, ليه يا عمي في يا عم أنا كويس والله ده أنا حبوب وكويس تعال رايح فين؟ What they hear? إن الذين كفروا ينفقون أموالهم ليصدوا عن سبيل الله. هكذا يحدث هذا في زمانه. حتى أموال المسلمين, sometimes the wealth of the Muslims is being used to drift people away from سبيل الله, from the way, from the deen of Allah, from the guidance of Allah. فسينفقونه. Look at this now. ثم تكون عليهم حسرة ثم يغلبون والذين كفروا إلى جهنم يحشرون. But all of this happens for a wisdom. ليميز الله الخبيث من الطيب. That test distinguishes those who have a commitment to their belief, to their iman, to their deen, from those who wishy-washy, in between. شوف, look at the dua. ربنا إنك آتيت فرعون وملأه زينة وأموالا في الحياة الدنيا ربنا ليضلوا عن سبيلك. Look, ربنا اطمس على أموالهم واشدد على قلوبهم فلا يؤمنوا حتى يروا العذاب الأليم. Oh Allah, make them lose their wealth and make their hearts hardened, that they never recognize iman and belief until they are about to die. Look, Allah says about the next verse. قال, he said, قد أجيبت دعوتكما. As if Harun was saying Ameen behind Musa, والمؤمن داع, كما يقول العلماء. The one who says Ameen after the dua, as if he made the dua. Look what Allah said to Musa and Harun. And this is what we need to stick to. This is the second lesson that we need to learn. قال قد أجيبت دعوتكما. وهو دعاء المظلوم هذا يجاب. Look the oppression. Ya Allah. Look at the people. What they are doing to our Muslim women around the Masjid Al-Aqsa. Look at our brothers and sisters, the Syrians brothers and sisters. Look at them, what's happening to them. You know, the scenes out of this world that you get a father having his baby and he's swimming in a Mediterranean Sea trying to find a home. ظلم هذا يا أخي. ظلم واقع. Oppression. Clear oppression. طب فين الدعاء؟ فين الدعاء؟ الدعاء أين الدعاء؟ فين الدعاء؟ Look at موسى. قال قد هو دعوة المظلوم. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم when he sent معاذ to Yemen قال واتق دعوة المظلوم. Protect yourselves against the supplication of the oppressed. فإنها ليس بينها وبين الله حجاب. There is no barrier between it and Allah. يرفع في رواية خارج الصحيحين يرفعها الله فوق الغمام. Allah raises it above the cloud. وعزتي لأنصرنك ولو بعد حين. I will give you victory even after a while. ما هو things happen at Allah's turn, not an hour. Remember what I said? You know, we want to empower the children of Israel. Let's start with Musa. You know, between Musa and actually the children of Israel leaving Egypt, 50 years. Musa was born, thrown in the Nile, picked up by the Pharaoh, he grown up, killed the Egyptian accidentally, underline this, accidentally. Then he fled to Madian, spent 10 years in Madian. In his way back, he came back giving da'wah to the Pharaoh, and then finally, 50 years from Allah said, and Allah is the one who wants. لا عندك المسلمين يا أخي, it's not happening. You know, one time I was commenting, we have these Facebooks, and was something that happened, oppression. وَسَيَعْلَمُ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا أَيَّ مُنْقَلَبٍ يَنْقَلِبُونَ. One of the brothers commented and saying, sad. يعني مش عاجبه الكلام يعني لسه sad. لسه هنستنى لما sad. يعني are we gonna wait until سمع. هذا مستقبل. يا أخي لا. That's not you. Listen. تغيب شمس أجيال. Memorize this. Generations may come and go. ولا تغيب شمس هذا الدين أبدا. But the sun of this deen will always rise. Always. Whether with us, without us. ده بالعكس. We just need to qualify ourselves to serve the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Brothers and sisters in Islam, for the sake of time, you know, it's already, my time is already getting there. If you allow me just 5 minutes, inshallah, to complete what I have to say. But the ultimate message here, look, قال قد أجيبت دعوتكما. Allah will answer your dua. فاستقيما. Be steadfast now. And the best thing that can help you to be steadfast. You know the previous verse before the dua of Musa? وأوحينا إلى موسى وأخيه أن تبوأ لقومكما بمصر بيوتا واجعلوا بيوتكم قبلة وأقيموا الصلاة. فركز على الصلاة. استبلش الصلاة وبشر المؤمنين. Just stick to the straight path. You know something that I like. I'd rather die on the side of the truth, even if the truth is defeated, than being on the side of falsehood. I'd rather do this. ولذلك the scholars they say, listen, الطريق إلى الله طويل. The road to Allah is long and tiring. It's really long. It's tiring. Listen, it's a long road. But you're not required to reach the destination in this world. Inshallah, in the hereafter you will, which is Jannah. But you're only required to die in it. That the angel of death comes to you when you're on the road, traveling. You didn't get off. ذهب فاستقيما ولا تتبعان سبيل الذين لا يعلمون. Then the other verse came. شوف الدعاء بقى. وجاوزنا ببني إسرائيل البحر. فرعون followed موسى and بني إسرائيل حتى إذا شوف الدعاء حتى إذا أدركه الغرق. When he's about to die. Remember Moses? فلا يؤمنوا حتى يروا. That they do not believe until they see what? The drown. حتى إذا أدركه الغرق قال آمنت أنه لا إله إلا الذي آمنت به بنو إسرائيل. I'm a Muslim now. بس يعني سبحان الله he said the shahada in an arrogant manner still. يعني he's dying يقول لك مش عايز يقول لا إله إلا الله. ده يقول لك لا إله إلا الذي آمنت به بنو إسرائيل. حتى arrogant شهادة. الله said الآن ما ينفع. وقت المعاينة when we die when we see the angels of death خلاص خلص الموضوع. فهذا هو. This is what we need to reflect upon on this day. Besides gaining the reward of the expiation of the sins, connecting us with the previous Muslims who lived and who were oppressed and learn from their stories so that we may find strength, power to move on with our deen, with our iman. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. الحمد لله رب العالمين له الحمد الحسن والثناء الجميل وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له يقول الحق وهو يهدي السبيل أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Brothers and sisters in Islam, inshallah tonight between Maghrib and Isha there will be a lecture on the subject where we have some time to أريحية الوقت يعني إن احنا go over some of the other lessons learned from Ashura, inshallah. And Abu Halima, your Imam, we ask Allah to preserve him, inform me, glad tidings that there will be a community iftar, inshallah, for those who are fasting. And those who are not fasting, inshallah, they can also have dinner with the community, inshallah. So you're invited, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. My name is Kareem Abu Zayd. I'm the Imam of a community called Dar al-Tawheed in Denver, Colorado. May Allah bless your community. They invited us to come because, alhamdulillah, we were put in a situation where we purchased a facility, YMCA type. The idea now is to take care of the youth. So it's a masjid. We have a huge masjid, alhamdulillah, inside it that is going to be huge, inshallah, when we do the expansion there. And there are some playgrounds for the youth. An attraction for the youth. We're losing the youth in the Ummah. And we were asked in 2 months to come up with $500,000. Alhamdulillah, Allah has helped us and we fulfilled the promise. But it happened at the expense of some of the brothers from actually your community here in St. Petersburg. And this is, they've given us goodly loans. Brothers and sisters, we have some sisters actually who are giving us goodly loans. And these goodly loans now, they requesting their money, and we came today. هذا دين الله. This is the debt of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But after all, you're contributing to this masjid. There will be a masjid there, or actually there is a masjid there. I'm sorry. There is a Hifz program there, there is a weekend school, and inshallah there will be a da'wah center, and bi'idhnillah ta'ala a place for the youth. So you're contributing to this inshallah. So after the salah, if you can allow me just 5 minutes, no more than that, I promise you. I'm not that kind that bigs all the time. Inshallah, it's okay to do that. So, but I know you have to go to work. But if we can help these brothers with their goodly loans back, this is the debt of Allah. And Allah, ya ikhwah, sometimes I don't go to sleep at night. Because, you know, people who trusted Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that, you know, we needed $150,000. We're not asking this, what's due actually is 50 right now. But we needed $150,000. We call these brothers, wallahi, some of them are 22 and 23 years old, brothers. And some of them giving 5, 10, yani you can tell that they're giving it when they need it. So if you can help us pay the debt of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you. اللهم انصر الإسلام وأعز المسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين واهزم أعداء الدين يا رب العالمين. اللهم وفقنا إلى ما تحب وترضى. اللهم خذ بنواصينا إلى البر والتقوى. اللهم أصلح بناتنا وأولادنا ونساءنا وشبابنا وجميع المسلمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم أصلح لنا ديننا الذي هو عصمة أمرنا، وأصلح لنا دنيانا التي فيها معاشنا، وأصلح لنا آخرتنا التي إليها معادنا، واجعل الحياة زيادة لنا في كل خير، واجعل الموت راحة لنا من كل شر يا رب العالمين. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من غلبة الدين وقهر الرجال. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من غلبة الدين وقهر الرجال. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم.